Okay, I want to cover several things here. First, in my last video, I showed a reel of audio magnetic tape. Now, you can either put like voices on there, people talking, or you can record, music. Most of these had music on them. Back in the day, you could buy full albums, pre-recorded on these tapes. I mean, you might still be able to find something. I think there's some music on here, but I said I've never had this on a machine, so I don't know quite what's on there. I do have two machines that sometime I need to fix. Now this is a 7-inch reel. They make, or they did make like a 2 or 3 inch reel, a 5-inch reel, and these 7-inch reels. The little 2-inch reels, you know what they do? People would, back in the day, they'd have real small machines that you could record a letter. A lot of people did that, maybe like in the 50s, 60s. People would, back in the days before email, people would record, their letters on a reel of tape and then mail it to somebody. Well, people used to do that with audio cassette tapes too. Inside the cassette tapes is the exact same. It's just a little skinnier tape, on a cassette, and it's a package that's a little bit easier to use. On the VHS tapes, it's the exact same tape. They just use a digital video in there instead of the audio. But like the audio is audio and video on the tapes. Let's see. I watched part of Wandering Gypsy's video, where she talked about getting to set on a horse. And I remember as a kid, I was maybe 5 or 10. I don't remember exactly when, but they set me on a horse. I just sat there. It didn't go anywhere. Now, you might reach out to your Jeep community, see if any of them have horses, and see if any of them, might loan you a horse, or some of them might have the pay to ride type things. I knew a lady that did something like that. I got to ride a camel and an elephant. This was either at the San Diego Zoo or Wild Animal Park. Now I was at SeaWorld many years ago, and I got to feed a dolphin and pet the dolphin. Thought that was kind of interesting. Let's see. Oh, you said you had exciting news. I did. I didn't get to hear. I haven't watched the whole video yet, but I seriously doubt your exciting news includes anything with me. But that's your life and not mine. But let's see. I wasn't talking about sumo. I talked about sumo in the previous video. Now, it's a place that has stuff for sale here in Phoenix. But if you can imagine, like a Home Depot, a Walgreens, and a pawn shop, they get hit with a tornado, and they pick everything up and they put everything in plastic bins and stuff. That's what sumo is. Some of the stuff is broken, some of the stuff is used, and they want more for broken, damaged stuff, and you go out buy new. I tell you, that was my experience a couple of times that I went in there. They wanted way more for broken stuff than it was worth. And I said, how does this place stay in business? And nobody's going to want to pay that for used stuff. I don't know, but it's like on Van Buren, about 30-some Avenue. It's a big old sumo sign up there. If you're heading east on, I don't know who that is. Something on Facebook. But anyway, if you're heading east on Van Buren, you're buying this place. But if you go in there, asking a price on stuff, you're probably not going to want to buy it. It's probably going to be junk. Let's see. I think I covered everything. Oh, I got to loan my daughter wants me to loan her about $20. So I've got a job I got to do in Glendale. I'll probably swing over to her house from that job, and I'll see if I can get her to make a video with me. I can understand my daughter not wanting to put, her two youngest kids on there. They're like 2 and 4. But Damien, he's got to be 16 in a couple of months. And I've been trying to get Damien to start a YouTube channel. I said by the time that he gets 18 or so, out of high school, you can maybe he can become monetized and make enough money to, to put himself through trade school or college or something. I've been trying. I don't know. I'm not sure quite what he could make his YouTube video on, but there's no end to the different variety of stuff here on YouTube. I never find a niche, but I didn't want a niche for my videos. I just, my videos are all over the place. There's a bunch of different things. I could do DIY stuff and repair and stuff, and I have got a few. I can do. I've done 1 or 2 auto, but I didn't really want anything. I didn't want to centralize my YouTube channel on one particular subject or niche or whatever. But that's my channel. Okay, love you. Bye bye.